Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is doing well. Got a story about reparations and it is going to blow your socks off. Maybe not. How about America is talking about giving Ukraine reparations? $500 billion. They can't offer us nothing, but they can give white people reparations. So I just want to highlight this to you. As Babylon goes down, making sure they replenish the white coffers and try to exclude uh, paying for what they've done to us, even up to this day. And make no mistake about it, this is why America is going to be judged. This is why the West is going to be judged. This is why all white people should be afraid, uh, especially those who say they know the Most High, but they don't believe in doing recompense. They don't believe in repentance. They think once saved, always saved. They don't have to do right by us. They're going to pay for overlooking what they've done to us in finding themselves blameless. But that's neither here nor there. We just gonna talk about what they do. And just show y'all how they have no intentions of doing right by us. They're gonna make sure this place is desolate, dry, and they have control of all the resources that they need to have control over before they turn this ship, you know, loose and just let it sink all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. So don't be expecting nothing from these people. But I do want to show you how they will give everybody money or propose to give everybody money with no study, but they need to study us. So, so it says, how much did Germany pay as World War One reparations? And here's why Donald Trump's proposed $500 billion offer for Ukraine is even worse. So, Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky asked his officials to reject Donald Trump administration's $500 billion deal, saying it does not give adequate security guarantees for Kiev. Like, it ain't no hope for this place. I don't care how much money you spend. It's done, sir. Give up. Put the white flag up. We don't got no money to keep fooling up with you. So, it says the Donald Trump administration offered a $500 billion deal for Ukraine in exchange of protection from Russia. However, now the one-sided deal has been considered worse than reparations imposed on Germany following its defeat in the World War One. The proposal was a form of repayment for the U.S. support for Ukraine during the war with Russia since 2022. So, $500 billion for 3 years. They've been subjugating, dominating, and exterminating us for over 400 years and not a drop of reparations. Do you see how white supremacy works? This is how it reinvents itself. This is how it keeps existing. And we help it by supporting it, by not understanding how it works. So it says the proposed deal gives the U.S. control of 50% of Ukraine's rare earth minerals, oil, and gas. So y'all know that everybody is shutting the gates on America. And with these tariffs, we're not going to be getting stuff. What we do get is going to be drastically more expensive. And so America is trying to find ways it can colonize or take other people's resources, and $500 billion is a little bit of money compared to the money that they can make off of uh, infinite access to rare earth minerals. So it says, as part of the confidential agreement accessed by the U.S. based Telegraph, the two nations will set up a joint investment fund to ensure protection for Ukraine from hostile parties while giving the U.S. sovereign immunity over its natural resources. See how America do? The shocking conditions of the deal is now being compared to the reparations owed by Germany in the First World War. Germany had to pay 50 billion marks or $229 billion in 2025 conversion rates. The one-sided $500 billion offer is worse than these forced reparations. However, U.S. officials have termed Zelensky's one-sided. Oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky slammed the proposal, asking his officials to reject the deal. He felt the deal does not give adequate security guarantees for Kiev. And it ain't gonna be nothing but a double cross anyway, because that's what they do. Don't they don't keep no promises, and they're gonna double cross each other. So, who cares? In 2024, Zelensky himself had proposed to offer the U.S. exclusive access to rare earth minerals during a meeting with Trump 2 months before he was elected as the American president. So see how they do. So he had been over there rubbing up, trying to butter up Trump, and then now Trump done offered him some money, and he like, nah, I don't want it because it's not on his terms. This comes as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Russian Minister Sergei Lavrov met in Saudi Arabia to negotiate the conditions to end the war in Ukraine. And the other thing is, he know his time is up. He has a very short window before they yeet him. So, he trying to act like he got some power or uh, authority to do something. That dude is done. He's done. So it says, however, Zelensky has raised concerns over the talks that do not involve Ukraine. So I showed you the story where Russia and the U.S. met in Saudi Arabia, but didn't include Ukraine. So that tells you all you need to know about what's going on. And then they didn't include the European Union either. So America and Russia gonna make a deal. Trump and Putin gonna make a deal and exclude NATO, Ukraine, Zelensky, and all the EU nations, their leaders, from the talks. So it's a double cross happening. So America and Putin gonna shake hands. America's gonna withdraw their support, and uh, Europe is gonna be on their own. Well, they have been relying on NATO forever, and the U.S.'s military and war weapons forever. So they haven't had to develop their uh, militaries. So they're not prepared. And their people are as pampered and just unprepared like Americans are. They have the same uh, situation that we have. They have young people who are addicted to devices. They have this privilege or this air about them. They don't have to contribute to anything. They don't have to build anything. Um, it's just different. It's a different time, and so everybody's crossing everybody. This is what we're seeing. White people's is doing what they've done to us forever to each other now. So, oh well. So European leaders met in Paris on Monday, which was maybe this week, to discuss their exclusion from the talks, following which Zelensky warned that the U.S. is no longer going to guarantee their protection. So, as you can see, everybody is preparing for war. They're forming their strategic alliances. They are getting rid of dead weight, and that's the other part of what's going on with America. They're going through these different federal agencies trying to see where they can cut money because they don't have any money. We don't have any money, and in order to fight, You got to have money. You got to have money to buy weapons. You got to have money to build weapons. You got to have money to pay your soldiers because your soldiers will turn on you. You got to keep them up while they are in the field. And you got a whole planet covered with military bases. Nobody else on the planet has that. And so it's just interesting to see how America is going to get itself out of this mess it's in. So it's just an interesting time. Everybody's talking. There are other stories I'm going to do about reparations, but I want to do this first so I can set the stage. So white people have no issue talking to other white people about making them whole for losses that they believe they suffered because they believe that they should always have bootstraps and some support, those little inserts inside their boots to help lift them up, make them comfortable, but not us. So I want y'all to pay attention. So for all y'all people who think, oh, Trump's so good, he gonna do this and that for us. No, he not gonna do nothing for you. He gonna do everything for white people. He gonna do what he's supposed to do for us because he's a Khazarian ball gargler. He's working for them. And if you understand the history of Ukraine and Turkey and that area of the world, then you understand why it's important that this money gets there because they're fleeing. They're preparing to flee the Middle East or Africa because it's not theirs. Everything is happening to fulfill biblical prophecy where, you know, while Africa is, in my opinion, in preparation for our return, these people understand they're going to try to live and build up where they got to go back to. So we're paying for their future as well. It's not going to work, but I'm just telling you what's happening. They're looking forward to the future. They're going back to where they came from. This is where the Khazarians come from. So this effort to protect them and have the U.S. there and give them access to minerals. They have access to this, that. Everything on the planet is supposed to belong to us. So they're trying to rush and hurry up and develop where they think they're gonna land next, but it's not gonna work because we serve a good God and He ain't having none of it. None of it, I say, none of it. All right, y'all. This is Marla K. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Follow me on Odyssey, Rumble, Instagram, and on Facebook. Keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. Obey those laws, statutes, and commandments because we are in the last days for sure, and all the things that are happening are definitely leading to the tribulation and Jacob's trouble. So we should be looking forward to trouble coming our way soon. And just paying attention to how white supremacy is reinventing itself. So y'all need to come out of this system and stop thinking that, these people have your best interest at heart. Look at how people chose to vote. Look at what people choose to support. And when they only care about us when they feel what we feel. So when you deal with people like that, you got to cut them off. And it's time to cut these people off. We need to be an island unto ourselves. We need to live set apart. And we need to understand our enemy because these people they're not going to repay us for what they've done to us. They're going to try to erase us, though. That's what they're going to try to do. So, these reparation discussions that are coming back up now, they're not by accident. Not at all. They just want to see um, if they can lowball us or if they could just continue like they've always done. Just talk about it but not do anything. Meanwhile, they aggressively will go and do reparations for anything that destroys anything that has to do with whiteness. Just another note, just another note, just another note. All right, y'all, this is Marta K, And I really hope y'all are paying attention to what's going on. These are some wicked times. All right, I'm